Lyn Temby was an award-winning businesswoman before a car crash changed her life forever. She suffered serious brain injuries. Eventually, her doctor suggested she take up art to help retrain her brain. A decade on, Lyn Temby's life is back on track and her mosaics are receiving critical acclaim. James Glenday reports.
You've only just got to look at it yourself. The quality is just fantastic.
She seems to be walking better. She seems to be able to enunciate her speech better.
It's mind-blowing. People just seem to love my artwork.
In a small studio in Darwin's northern suburbs, Lyn Temby is making mosaics.
I don't just glue it and then place them on. Each one's done individually.
It's not obvious that Lyn Temby has significant brain damage.
This is what I do, and originally, it is rehab. There's no doubt about it, because it keeps me occupied. It's interesting. It gets me out of bed.
I think it provides a way that people can express themselves, and it also tests their ability to lay out pieces in a meaningful pattern.
Lyn Temby's been putting her life back together for the past decade. She was a branch manager of an insurance company in New Zealand when she had a seemingly minor car crash.
The lights went amber, so I stopped at the big intersection, and there was about 3 or 4 lanes of traffic, and I was right in the front. Anyway, some guy at high speed crashed into 3 cars behind at the back. And so I had that domino effect. So that's where it started, and that impact was just huge compared to what it did to me in my life.
Maureen, Dempsey and Lyn Temby haven't seen each other for nearly 5 years.
She went into the hospital, was checked out and was fine, and then it was a few days later that she had the bleed on the brain.
Lyn Temby's brain injury stopped her from working and she struggled to look after her young daughter. Her condition worsened and her brain began to bleed again when she was hit on the head with a soccer ball 4 years later. But her life took a turn for the better when she moved to the Northern Territory in 2005 and came under the care of Dr. Howard Flavell.
She had very significant issues. She had problems with her balance. She had problems with her speech, and her speech tended to be quite slurred.
Yeah, she was pretty bad. She couldn't be left by herself for very long at all, because she'd panic, and then she couldn't handle crowds or too many things happening at one time.
Lyn Temby was severely depressed and struggled to get out of bed. Then her occupational therapist bought her some tiles and glue and asked her to make a mosaic.
And I would just sit at home and do them, which was really hard to do because I didn't know my maths abilities, or I didn't have forward thinking or executive level thinking. And hey, I had major depression too, so who wants to do something like that?
With mental health, artwork is a big thing for people when it's to do with their recovery and that sort of stuff.
Phil Dempster convinced Lyn Temby to show her artwork, and now she's had 3 exhibitions. Lyn Temby's work has been dubbed outsider art, a term for self-taught artists who have little contact with the mainstream art world.
So I can come around and measure up for yours.
She's received critical acclaim from the heads of the Mosaic Associations of Australia and the United States.
At first I was like, oh, they're only saying that because, Lyn's Lyn, and, well, that's cool that you do mosaics. But my mosaics are different, and people are giving me such amazing positive feedback.
I think she's blossomed since I've actually seen her success with the mosaics.
She's so much better. She's just her ability to be able to multitask and do more than one thing. I mean, she still obviously gets quite tired, but her speech is better. Her coordination is that much better. Hopefully she'll get discovered through this process, and a lot of people want to buy her artwork.
Lyn Temby wants every piece of her artwork to tell a story, even the story of her accident when she stopped at a yellow light.
One of my next art pieces I'm making is going to be If Only Every Traffic Light Was Green. Then it would be a complete different story.